Okay, let's get started. I am Dayna Cakebread. Welcome everyone for taking your time today to just invest in the possibilities of your future. I'm the creator of Stylist Success BootCamp. I'm introducing today the Salon Ready program that is derived from a program that I've created, a boot camp that helps young stylists, emerging stylists like yourself, to get into the salon environment and start building clients rapidly. It is a program that is sort of the missing elements of our industry, which is the clients that are sitting in our chair. They're sort of hard and tricky to get to know. So I wanted to share with you the program because it is important. It's the very essential things that I've been working on since my beginning of my career. It is the thing that was the hardest for me when I started out in my career, which was the clients. That's really difficult because they are the ones that hold the key to your success. And I found this beautiful connection that has unveiled itself through 3WME process communication style. So, without further ado, I would love to invite Miss Lisa Vann, who is going to be part of our Q&A today, so that we can discuss, and she's going to interview me. Lisa Vann has been one of our Seattle's leading stylists and salon owners since 1986. She's been a pioneer and a master of texture for just as long, and her passion for sharing beautiful, thoughtful design styles with the world runs deep, as well as her passion to grow the industry that she loves. She's one of my mentors, and I am excited to share with you Miss Lisa. Where is Miss Lisa? Come join me.
Here,
Where
can
are
you
you?
hear?
I can
I
hear
just
you, but I
I
cannot see
have
you.
not seen the unmute or un to launch the video.
All
So
right. Let
I'm
me see here. Um, let's go more. Start ask the video. Shall we do that? Did that work? There you
there.
go. Excellent. Thank you so
You.
much for joining me, Lisa. This has been a thrilling moment because I've been following you like since day one when I was with Aveda back in the day, and I've always you've been someone I would look up to, and not only that, but you're one of the 200 top salons in the nation right now. So exciting.
Yes. Yeah, I'm thrilled because we've been kind of going through this even before the pandemic, into the pandemic, and I've been utilizing this like from the beginning of my apprentice programs. And as soon as you gave it to me, I was just blown away by the whole concept of it. I think the biggest thing is just having structure when you're bringing in new stylists to your salon.
Yeah, so you guys don't know this, but I had Lisa test this out. The original first testing of my program. It's been something that I'm very passionate about for young stylists, just because this is an industry where we can get burnt out really quickly, and the clients are the ones, Lisa, that, as you know, is the ones that feed us and basically help us be to maximize our creativity. But if we don't have that connection and that loyalty from the client, then they wander off to the next thing, and it's difficult to grow a business, right? Without having your stylist completely thriving behind the chair and being excited to create. I mean, you are awesome, like always creating innovation with your stylist. So it's kind of fun to play with hair all day long, but to have clients trust you and stay with you, that's the food right there. And that's the thing that we don't get in school because we don't have access to all these clients, especially the ones that are paying a higher price for their service, right?
Well, I agree. I mean, I'm just blown away of where you've taken this. I mean, even going through your latest version of it, with a new, we had five more stylists come on board just about 3 days ago. So I'm in my next hire and
Nice.
ended up have five more on hold coming in. To have this ability to have so much structure of knowing how I'm going to introduce our industry. And we're talking about apprentices that don't even go to school. They're
Oh,
brand
right.
new industry. So that's what's so exciting about partnering with you.
God, I'm so honored. Thank you so much. Because I think what we do, I mean, both of us have a love affair with the kind of time that we spend with our clients. I mean, I'm still behind the chair. I love that deeper connection, but it's also about the long term. I mean, I've seen people through their marriages and births and all this time, and it's saved me through the pandemic. It's been an incredible journey with having the clients when they become loyal to you. So it's so so much fun to be able to give this next part of my life to this industry. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad to be a part of it with you.
Well, you want to get started?
I am ready.
All right. Go ahead and ask me the first questions. We're going to just I gave Lisa some questions so that we can help facilitate this conversation, and then we'll get to the Q&A for both of us.
Well, one of the biggest things is just how did you birth this? How did it get started, and what is your passion behind this?
Well, in the beginning of my career, I graduated from Aveda, so they set me up with all the tools of being able to execute the service. But what happened was I got really intimidated by the clients. A lot of it was triggering because some of the clients sitting in my chair were people that maybe were a little bully. They kind of looked like the bully from high school, or the older woman who was maybe a little judgy. So it was kind of intimidating for me. And I got stuck with doing a lot of Jennifer Aniston haircuts back in the day from Friends, which was very, I don't know, it just kind of felt like I was doing the same thing over and over and over. And I was just reproducing the image from a page and not really getting to be my own creative genius with with the clients, or just giving them trims because there just was no way to get them. And it was so slow, and it was kind of painful. And it was intimidating for sure. And then I had a client of mine who showed up that was new, who came in with long frizzy triangle hair with a round face, and she handed me a picture of Jennifer Aniston. And I had all kinds of what is happening right now confusion because I didn't understand, and because of her name was Lisa, and I think that because of that moment, I was pushed in a corner that I was like, okay, we need to think about this differently because she's got dark hair, it's frizzy, it's got curl in there. I don't understand how she's going to be able to reproduce this at home. I don't know anything. I was so sort of lost. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. So I asked her what she felt about the picture that she was looking at. And what was the most brilliant moment is that I realized that when she described what Jennifer Aniston looked like on the page from Friends, that she looked playful, approachable, friendly, I thought to myself, she does not look like any of these things. Her hair does not say friendly, approachable, or playful. None of it. So I thought, well, maybe it's the emotional attachment to that photograph and that aha moment of saying to her, hey, how about we focus on those words? And I teach you how to use the tools and way to use your hair shape to face with your face shape and your texture, and you become those words. And she was like, okay, let's try it. And so I did it. And Lisa, that was the moment that has driven this entire program. The tears in her eyes when she looked into the mirror saying, I see myself for the first time. That's exactly how powerful hair and our reflection in the mirror is. And because of that moment, and I was like, okay, this is it. It's an emotional attachment. I focused on that for many years. And what happened was I grew my clientele from tripling it, and the loyalty that happened from that moment, I grew so quickly that everyone else in the salon was still growing really slowly after even 5 years. And I had passed everyone because I was getting into the emotional connection part of it. And because of that, I developed this program, in salon program, watching young stylists, the new stylists coming out of beauty school, graduating, and then instantly being booked in a year. That was where I was testing it out, and that's where I was like, oh my God, this is real. It's not just me. I can actually teach this. And so I've created this whole system based off of that one moment of just being not confident, even though I had the systems in place. I just needed that to level up, and I found it through this technique. So it's been a
Well,
blessing.
that was a game changer. We had that exact conversation. And I love that the inspiration, the passion is still that, because that, as a salon owner, that was a game changer for me. And
Yeah.
that's how hair is. We take it so literal to the haircut on the picture
Hmm.
or what our guest is showing us. But what you said there, it's the emotion of it.
Yeah.
So this, it's such a compliment when you say we're a luxury brand salon. I would like, wow, that sounds so fancy.
Well,
But
here's what
by
it
that,
is, though. It's basically anyone who carries a luxury branded product. I mean, from a training salon to just a boutique, modern, hipster, whatever type of salon brand that they have. and you have your own identity, right? So each stylist, salon owner has their own identity, but it's the brands that we carry that are sustainable, that are conscious, and their price point is driven higher. That means the client wants and expects more. They want a better brand for their hair. They care about themselves, which means that the investment in that salon environment actually is helping to develop and push those stylists to want to be better. But if you can't connect with that client, it's hard to do and to sustain that sort of lifestyle. But it's important to, if you're looking for a luxury brand, it's because of the product brands in our industry. Do you agree?
I do. I mean, I think we come from the same background. We started really understanding the products we were putting on our guests' hair.
Yeah.
And we came from a place, I mean, you and I go so far back. I think it's almost 4 decades. If I really think it's getting close to, but
Yeah.
I think that from the very beginning of our careers, it wasn't about just the product performance. It was about sustainability, environmental awareness, what the shampoo bottle is and how that's going to look. And now look, 40 years later,
Yeah.
that's such a big factor is really how the products are environmentally safe.
Yeah.
Who knew that? Well, I guess our mentors knew that was going to be a factor, but for us, I think that was the key. But then you talk about how does it mean to be salon ready? I think
Mhm.
about that's an easy question for us to answer, but I know you have a lot of people that are now starting to think, what do I do now? I'm 4 years in, 2 years in, maybe 10 years in, and they're still not knowing how to answer that. How do we be salon ready?
I think one of the biggest things is consistency is huge. I think with the what I put together in my program basically helps to build that consistency so that you have a thread to follow from the beginning to the end. I think a lot of times we show up and we're always trying to get ready to be there for our clients. And something we either back ourselves into a corner and then we are stuck with, okay, I guess I'm just trimming versus like actually going in there and understanding what the client needs, what's not working, what is working, what their past experiences are, and how they want to feel for the future. And I think that if you're ready to always evolve and bring that forward, I think you're salon ready by being an expert in hair texture, face shapes, hair problems, and being able to pre-diagnose that situation. That means that you're ready. You're showing up with consciousness and intention. You are prepared to pre-diagnose and understand what's working and what's not working for that client. And then second, you're able to communicate and create a sort of a connection that creates loyalty, trust. It gets the client to not worry. I mean, there's 4 different types of clients that will come in that are already basically ready to say and no to you. So you want to get them to say yes, and this process being salon ready is helps you feel confident all the way through automatically. So you don't have to wait to be ready for the technical skills to come rolling in, because it's sort of like the chicken and the egg, right? You either have the
Yeah,
skill, I mean, everything, but this program allows you to be salon ready with where you are at this moment, with the handful of techniques, with its coloring and cutting, and bringing yourself every day without having to think about what that client is going to worry about, because you're going to be solving their problems and help elevating them and being the best version of themselves when they leave. And so there's
yeah,
not going to be any questions in the air of like, will they come back? Will I be full? This is an automatic. It's just going to be because you're building that trust and consistency along the way. And it's you get to be actually your best, your most creative self, right? So it's important that you get connected to being creative in your own process, your own individual stylist, because nobody in this industry is the same. We're all unique. And it's so important to kind of grow your business and learn the things that you're not good at, but also be consistent and, show up at the where you are. Don't try to go beyond that and then fall flat. Work yourself into consistency, because sometimes people rush too fast, I think, too. You get
I
overwhelmed.
we had our 40-year anniversary this year in Belltown, our salon,
Congratulations.
and I agree completely with being salon ready because there's so many things about what you have developed that always is consistent within my training. whether they're off the street, never held a comb, or externing with me their last 300 hours of beauty school, or whether they're licensed right out of school. I'm
Right.
salon ready for them. And I love how the program is so structured because I too as well work behind the chair. We just had boot camp yesterday because my team and I are heading to Chicago Friday for Intercoiffure. We're presenting on stage. And I have to say, two of my newest under 3 year stylists have won top 10 of their new Nouveau
Yeah.
um, and last year we were in the top 10 three and we took the first place. And so it's the consistencies of behavior and what to look for and the professionalism that I was able to just gift them immediately without me
Absolutely.
rewriting it every time I hire a new team member. And
Absolutely.
now this kind of waiting period of where we have people waiting to get in. We have 12 stations, but 20 stylists. So the shifting and the waiting and the growing. And
Right.
I never thought I'd want more than 12 like stations, but I might be putting in two more and working
You'll have a line out the door of
line out.
four. Yes.
So the last is what's in your program and how do you set up for those learning styles? Because that's the key
Yeah.
is I watch my new trainers train my brand new staff, whether they're apprentices or whether they're licensed stylists. But every learning style is different. And when I watch them train, I notice some are tuning out a little bit, or some are really engaged, and some are falling behind, and some are racing through it. And we know from our training of education, there are the four learning styles. How do you teach to the whole brain? Who's going to ask the questions? Who's not? Who learns by watching, seeing, doing? How do you do that with all learning styles?
Well, here's the great thing. I know that I'm a learner of visual, so I can watch something and see something and then be able to do it and practice it. So that's something, that's how I learn. I'm also a little dyslexic, so it's hard for me to read and to retain that information. So I think that if you know what your learning style is, the great thing about the program is that it's assessment based, self paced processing. So there's no right or wrong answer. It's actually what you're seeing and what you're experiencing, and being able to comment and put in the pre-diagnosis. I see this happening on the hair. I'm hearing this, and so I'm exercising and massaging the way that we receive information and how we see things are completely different. But then you get to see what when we go through the three consultations that I have with three different types of people, three different types of hair, three different types of face shapes, and they have different lifestyles. So basically, we break down those three at the end of the modules. I have 7 modules, and one through four is basically all about you being the expert. So that means everything that you've learned in beauty school is basically all compacted to make sure that it all makes sense. Being able to pre-diagnose someone's facial features, understanding weight change and balance, looking at the hair texture and problem solving, and being able to diagnose that and to be able to have a solution for that client and understand what's happening, because the clients are causing that damage or that unhealthy lack of shine. But also how to create the consistency of the communication pathway, which is called 3 to be me, which means three. It's the past experiences of a client. It's where they are right now today, their limitations, and where they want to go, which is words and emotional connection through adjectives. So it's 3 to be me, which is they get to walk out with their three adjectives on themselves. And that's what's kind of fun about be able to create those things. So when you get to those three clients, you get to hear me looking at what I'm seeing and noticing as the master stylist to understand, oh, I'm right on track. And then you go into seeing me break up and create the plan as well. So we slicing them all up from past, present, future, creating the plan, being able to look at it, and then knowing how to finish it. So, and then the last module is basically you get to see the whole thing being unwrapped, like all a beautiful package from start to finish. So, but you get to show me that you can actually do your clients, and just you don't have to do any skill setting. It's just basically just showing me that you communicate effectively and creating that connection with that client. So that's what's in the pack in that sort of thing. It's everything that we should all know right out of beauty school. But it's all presented in this beautiful little program. So I'm very excited to present it. Closing, I want to make sure that everyone is following Lisa Vann. So it's Lisa Vann Texture, and also Vann Studios, Vann.studios, correct? Studio, no S at the end. You guys will find her. And you guys can follow me and take maybe the career assessment quiz, which is at stylistsuccessbootcamp.com. It's a questionnaire that puts you on the email and giving out tips. And I will be sending out this lovely recording so that in case some of you did not get a chance to jump in there, you'll be able to see what we did today and all the things that we shared, the aha moment. So is there anything else that you'd like to share, Lisa, before we say goodbye?
I just enjoy you so much. And it has been, life changing for our business. I mean, it's made it so easy as a owner, and also for my stylist to just come in and do the program. And the success is what is, from our newest talents to our raw talents to our business to our salon, that shows it's working, to be a test salon and to be where we are now. We're at our best. I've been doing this so long, I can't even believe where we're at. And a lot has to do with the connection to people like Dayna, programs out there, and our industry right now. We're so supportive of each other.
Yeah,
Less
I think Yeah, I
supportive.
think I think for me, it's been really important that people like us who are so passionate about it, that we're connected with brands, luxury brands, but we are our own guides to help the next generation of stylists that are out there, because this industry is so incredibly giving, and we're here for you. So I look forward to getting to know all of you, and thank you so much for being with me, Lisa. It's been an honor, and you guys have a great Monday, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side. Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
Have a good day, guys.